La, la, la. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to the show. I just had to take my sweater off because the kitchen was getting so hot, but we have Mr. Hot himself heating it up for the summertime with Mr. Rob Statham talking about tequila. Welcome.
Hey, thank you, and May the 4th to everybody out there.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm not going to get tired of that today.
Yeah.
I wrote my
No, it's
thesis
cheesy, but it's
on
funny,
Star
you know.
Trek, so
Did you really?
I'm a big geek. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
This kind of segues into like May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Though.
Yeah,
That's right.
Because what happened was, it's a war. It was a battle between the French and the Mexicans in the outside of the town of Pueblo. It was two forts the Mexicans were encamped in on May 5th, 1862. And it was to do with reparations and owing money and foreign debt. And Mexico had been through a series of wars. They had a war with the States, then they had a revolution, and then they issued a decree, President Juarez, saying that he couldn't pay his debts. So the British, the Spanish, and the French were really upset. They were able to negotiate a truce with the British and the Spanish. The French decided to come in and invade anyway because they wanted it as a colony, Mexico.
Right, of course.
So
Opportunists.
So
The
long
French.
story short, it's like the evil empire taking on the rebel forces. And
Yay.
the Mexicans were...
We're getting those Star Trek, Star Wars references in all day long.
Yes, everywhere we can.
massively outnumbered. Long story short, the Mexicans won. And in celebration of a huge victory where they're outnumbered 3-1 and with way inferior technology, they launched Cinco de Mayo. And it's become a global phenomenon.
Well, it is now.
we have tequila.
At the end of the show, we've got chef from Taqueria Cococan, and he tells us that it hasn't been celebrated in Mexico for 20 years, but that's because North Americans, well, us, like Canadians and Americans, took it over. We just went,
we
you know
just
what?
went, good.
Who doesn't want to do that?
True,
So,
it's true. It's only a holiday in the states of Pueblo and Veracruz now.
yes.
And so to deal with tequila, of course, we're going to get into Ace Mercado as well, which is a great spot to celebrate Cinco de
Absolutely.
Mayo tomorrow, a Mexican restaurant in the Byward Market at the corner of Dehaussy and Clarence. But just talk a bit about tequila. Fun facts, it is the oldest indigenous spirit in North America. Came about in 1666. The Spanish ran out of brandy in 1521. So they had to distill something, so they went to agave.
Right.
And tequila has to be blue agave, has to be from the tequila region itself, most of which, almost all the production is in one main state of Jalisco, which is next to Nayarit, and which is synonymous with Puerto Vallarta. It's up on that coast, the southwest coast.
And there was a shortage at one time. Am I throwing in facts? I felt like there was a couple, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there was...
Probably when I was in university.
There was a big craze of tequila for
I might
a
have
long
created
time. There
a
was a big
shortage.
craze. And various styles have really emerged. I mean, there's 5 key styles.
Yeah.
It's from the blue agave plant. It takes the pepinas of the heart. And what they do is that the workers, it's all hand harvested. And most of it's like in the tequila area or region, which is a designated World Heritage Site, about 65 miles north of Guadalajara. Guadalajara is the main hub of tequila trade in the world as a city center.
And I've seen this plant too. It's like almost like a
huge.
bulb. It's huge, it's wide, and it is. The hearts of it are so thick.
Right.
And then it almost comes up. So it really blends in with the cactus and everything else. And
Yeah.
it's
Well,
in
it's actually a lily.
region.
I was
Exactly.
in Mexico, and I was like, tequila, no, because cheap tequila is well. I mean, I got sick on it once.
Once. Yeah.
That's all it takes, because then you never go back. But then I was in Mexico a couple of years ago, and there's ones that are like fine brandies, and ones that are
We're getting into this one right here. Yeah, that's very true.
Have great flavor profiles, and it's like Scotch.
Yep.
Yes.
There's as many.
And that's what this is. Like, this is called a reposado, which means rested. It's rested in oak. They typically use old whiskey barrels, and they like Jack Daniel barrels, old barrels.
Of course.
So
yeah.
tequila on itself, they basically have to take complex sugars and turn it into simple sugars to mash it and malt it, much like beer production. And then they cook it. Well, they cook it and then they ferment it. It's low alcohol. And what happens is it's distilled twice. Normally you get this white, clear liquid.
Right.
But it turns amber like this, like Scotch, as it sits in a barrel. And basically, this one comes from Ace Mercado. This is by requisition. El Mayor means the greatest. And you're going to notice like hints of vanilla, honey. There's a bit of herbalness to it.
That doesn't remind me of that university party at all.
Okay, so do I have time to tell a story?
Sure.
So I taught in Mexico in Ciudad Valles, and on Fridays, all the teachers, we would sit afterwards and have our meeting and drink tequila.
Private chaser. This is Verdita. This is a special of Ace Mercado.
Are you
This is
sure?
mint
It didn't
cilantro.
just come out of the backyard.
No, mint cilantro, jalapeno, crushed
Oh.
pineapples, and pineapple juice.
Holy moly.
So talk a little bit about them. They are an awesome spot. They boast over
Jules.
70 different styles of
we're gonna try.
tequila and mezcal. They have a tequila that's an extra añejo, 5 years age. It's valued at $2,000 behind the bar. Phil Faubert is an expert in the subject. Their chef, Ali Lopez, is from Merida, Mexico. She's an expert in Mexican cuisine. And there's a girl named Kayla Prongrak, who's a specialist in architecture for hospitality design, who designed the restaurant. It's a very cool spot.
So just talk to me about this, because you didn't wince. It's got a bit of a kick.
It does. There's a little spiciness to that.
There's
for
a
sure.
little
You were talking about
spiciness.
spiciness earlier.
I
and how
have
it
never
pairs well with
seen
stuff.
tequila with, like, everybody does the lemon and thing, and then there's the mixed drinks.
That's North
Yeah.
American,
Yeah.
and
Or-
outside of Mexico.
Or neat. Like, if it's a really fine one, I don't mind drinking it neat. So why do this chaser? This is to make you feel like you're doing something good for your body when you just done this.
It could be. There's
'Cause
a lot
it's
of health
green?
in here, but I think it cleans the palate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
so it cleanses
yes.
the palate. So
Yeah.
if you're doing
You-
tequila tasting, you can move on to the next one.
Oh, okay. So this is not something that you normally would just be like, oh, I keep a jug of that in the
Yeah, I'm
fridge.
just going to order this and drink
Yeah.
it. No.
No.
It's specially designed to pair well with tequila.
And
It's
that's
beautiful.
what I have to say for sure is, back to my story, because everybody didn't let me finish.
Oh,
the
I'm
idea
sorry.
is, this is a sipper, which is so nice.
Yep.
And
Yes.
you're actually teaching us
Put it
a
in a
lot
sifter
about
glass.
it, because it's not one of those Yucatan
almost
things where
lift.
you're like banging and.
No, that's very North
shooting about-
American.
Yeah, so North American.
very college.
Anyways, North America did meet Mexico when I was there, and they're like, whoa. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not what you do.
So yeah, just a little about what I do. The Drunken Grape. Obviously, we're a high-level
Yeah.
wine, spirits, and beer company representing producers. I have events. Just hosted a 60th birthday party, which was a lot of fun.
Amazing.
There's a lot of tastings coming up. There was a wine and fitness event I did, and of course,
That's right.
How did it go?
that went well.
Awesome.
It was an
That's
odd
great.
combination. Of
It was
wine
an
and
odd
fitness,
combination.
but,
But anybody who wants to find you can go to the Drunken Grape on
That's right.
Facebook, on Twitter, on
Website.
Instagram, and the website. You're very easy to
Thank you.
find, and thank you very much for coming
And
on
ladies
the
and
show.
gentlemen, make sure to see Phil Faubert tomorrow. Ace Mercado, excellent spot
Cinco de
to
Maya.
attend for Cinco de Maya, corner of Dalhousie and Clarence in the Market.
Awesome. We will be back right after this with Catherine Whitlaw from the Fairy Godmother.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just wait.